Hello, my name is Randy Dobson. I'm an instructor here in the Houston, Texas area and also online for Charter College. And this video will actually be for my Charter College students. There's been some issues with inserting and bringing in title blocks. One of your assignments, which I'm going to kind of show you here, I'm going to create this, is an A size sheet of paper, or I'm sorry, an 8.5 by 11 size paper, but a title block. And as you can see, this is 8 inches by 10.5. So we're losing a 1/2 inch on both of these. So that lets you know that the gap between the edge of the paper and your border is going to be 0.25. So I'm going to just draw this up real quick, line, and I'm going to come down 8.5. And then I'm going to go over 11 and go up 8.5 and then hit close. Now this is my outside border, my sheet of paper. I'm going to go ahead and join these all together, and I'll show you why here in a second. So now I've got a sheet that's 8.5 by 11, the A size, and as I mentioned, there's a space of 0.25 between they're not showing it here, but the edge of the paper and here. So I'm just going to go to offset and type in 0.25. Oops, excuse me, offset 0.25. Now I have this, which will be this internal dimension, which is 8 by 10.5. So if I come over here, I'm going to explode these because I'm going to use them. If I list this one should be 8 inches long, which it is. There's the 8 inches. And then if I list this one right here, it should be 10.5, which there it is. So with that done, I'm going to go ahead and do some offsets to get this title block down here. I'm going to offset 3.5 and then another 3.5. Then it says to offset 1. And then the last is from this side, offset 0.75. There. Now I have to do this line up, which it's saying 0.3. Kind of hard to read there, 0.38. So I'm going to offset 0.38. Now I'm just going to do trim and trim all these up. So there is my title block. I'm not going to go into the text or anything for this video because I think that y'all can follow that. Now it wants it to be split into 6 sections, which you can use several ways of doing that. Here it's already, you got 3.5, these lines extend up, and then just go I guess it's doing 3.85, which seems kind of weird. Let me check my calculator because it should be 8. Pull it back, 8 inches minus 0.38. 8 minus 0.38 equals, divided by 2, that's actually 3.81. So I'm going to offset this 3.81. And then these lines, I can just extend them up because I don't want to mess with my title blocks. So I'm just going to draw them up here. And there I have my title block. Now I'm going to be bringing it into a drawing. I would like this corner to be 0, 0 so it fits on my page correctly. So I'm going to go to the move command. I'm going to grab that title block, hit enter, and then I'm going to, oops, let me do that again. Hit the end point, END. Now it wants to know where I want to set it. I'm going to type in 0, 0. Now I'm going to zoom extents. So there's my title block. And right there, if I, let's just do a circle. The center point is right at this end point. So the center of this circle should be 0, 0, which it is. Okay, don't forget that, just that right there. So now my title block is created. Now I'm going to, as you can see, I'm calling it drawing 3. I'm going to do a save as. And let's just go, I'll just put it here, CC title block. Now it is saved. Now, what's happening with your assignments is it's asking you to create objects and then bring them into your title block. Okay, here's an assignment that some of my other students have, and let's just say this is one of your assignments. Okay, let me actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of do some funny things here for a second. Bear with me. What is that? 5, and let's do a 6 one. There we go, rectangle. I'll do that. Okay, so I've got 6 different drawings here, 6 different objects. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my title block in and place each one inside these squares, because all I'm going to do is create viewports. Imagine this being a wall and you want to see outside of your house. You have to create a window. So you have a window to look out into the real world, which model space is your real world. So I'm going to start with coming over here to layout 1. And there's my little shadow outline for an 8.5 by 11. I'm going to go to insert, and we're going to go find that title block. And I think it was under downloads. There it is. CC title block. Now it's asking me insertion point, scale. I want to leave all this as 0. I'm hoping this won't mess me up, but let's see what happens. Well, mine's off a little bit, so I'm going to go back and I'm actually going to go back and fix that. I put the 0, 0 at the wrong spot. 0, 0 should have been at this other corner right here. So let's move this to there. Now I'm going to save it. I know I'm kind of going fast and going around this stuff, but I want to kind of cover as much as I can without it being an extremely long video. So I'm going to go back to insert. And I'm going to go back and grab that again so it'll overwrite the old one. Hit OK. Redefine. And that's sitting in there a little bit better, as you can see. Okay, so now here is where I think some of y'all are having trouble. I'm going to make a viewport for each one of these squares. So I'm going to go to MV, which is make view, and it asks me for a corner. I'm going to go endpoint to intersection point. Now I've made a viewport. Now I can do that 5 more times, or I can just go to copy. Oops, copy. And I'm going to go endpoint, 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 endpoint. Now I've got 6 windows that are looking at the exact same thing, Obviously, I want to put each one of these in a window, so I'm going to double click, and notice how it darkens that up. Now I've opened this window. I'm just panning over. I'm kind of just using the wheel of my mouse. That looks good. So I come down here and click lock. Now I click over here. It opens this one up. And I'm going to put this rectangle in here all by itself. Then I'm going to go to lock. Then I'm going to click over here. Let's just put this circle in the middle. Go to lock. And we'll do the double circle here. And lock. And 3. Oh, I guess I actually had too many of them. Let's get rid of this one here. So I've got 2 more to do. We'll do one with the funny lines. I'm locking it. And then last, the odd rectangle. And locking it. That, I'm going to click outside here so it closes. All the windows are closed. This is what they were talking about bringing your title block in. And as you notice, if I click on here, double click, if I zoom in and out, it stays the same because I've locked it. Okay. Remembering that anything that I do in the real world, which is back here in model, if I was to come and put a big old donut in here, any of the views it touches, it will show up. But see here, it really doesn't show anything. It didn't touch anything. See? And I'm gonna scale this down a little bit more to, let's do something like that. It really should only show up in, here's this one and a couple of these circles. But see, these 3, that donut doesn't show up in because it's not close enough to the viewport. Okay, but that is what they're talking about, creating your object, which is, let me get rid of this, creating your object, which this is what you've done, okay, in model space, and then going to layout, and then bringing your title block in, and then creating the viewports. I'm hoping that explains it. I know I went kind of fast. As my students know, if you need more help, if you don't quite understand it, then please email me and I will get with you and see about creating another video. And that concludes this video. Thank you.